Now, with the weekend approaching, if you fancy doing something a little different, well, there's the chance to see an actress whose career spans an impressive 6 decades, with a host of films and television titles to her name.
Little doubt that to date, her most famous role is playing Betty, the long-suffering wife of Frank Spencer, in the comedy Some Mothers Do Have 'Em.
Well, now Michele Dotrice is in our region playing Mrs Wilberforce in the theatre production of The Ladykillers, which has already been to Milton Keynes and this week is on in Norwich.
Yeah, and she's here now, Michele. Thanks so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
Turning back the time there for you.
40 years. Can you believe it? It's 40 years.
I can. It was brilliant.
It's shocking. Well, it's, you know, it's still going out and it's still, you know, appealing, and it's lovely doing this show each night when I come out. You know, the stage door, there are people there with the DVD covers and photos and things of Frank and Betty, and you know, it's delight that it's still relevant.
But perhaps it could be another project between you and...
Well, Michael Crawford has kind of come back into my life again, which is lovely. Since I lost my beloved Edward Woodward, he has, you know, kept in touch and been very supportive and kind, and was very much an instigator in me doing this Ladykillers. He really wanted me to play Mrs Wilberforce. In fact, one day he came round to my apartment and said, "How are you getting on with it?" And I hadn't even started rehearsals. And I said, "Well, yeah, I haven't done it yet, Michael." And he said, so he started to play Mrs Wilberforce. He was hysterical, much better than me. I mean, wonderful as Mrs Wilberforce. But no, we are actively looking for something to do together. And we've had 3 kind of ideas, but obviously nothing to do with Frank and Betty. That would be frightening, seeing them 40 years later. But no, it would be a joy to get back together again.
Looking at Ladykillers, just give us a flavour of what it's about, because of course Mrs Wilberforce is a big step away from Betty, isn't it?
You could say, yes. You could say that. Yeah, it's hysterically funny. It's been updated wonderfully by the brilliant Graham Linehan, who wrote Father Ted and all those marvellous comedy series. And he has put his magic touch in making it relevant for a modern-day audience. If you just did the Ealing comedy, I think it could be a bit dreary, but he's done marvellous things with the characters. And, you know, the Major in it is a transvestite, and the Peter Sellers character, the young Harry, is a drug addict. And so, you know, it's terribly funny, but still set in the 50s. And but very, you know, amusing.
A whims that you get back to the stage. Good luck this evening and for the rest of the tour and the rest of the span over the 26 weeks you've got it for. Fantastic.
We finish in the middle of April, so not too long now.
Michele Dotrice, thank you.
Thank you
both.